There's so many quote unquote like gimmick matches that were made around the Undertaker character.
Right.
You know, the casket match, buried alive, Hell in a Cell,
Body bags,
body bag, last ride, concrete coffins, and there's so many different matches.
I was part of one of those.
Yeah, you were in a couple of those. Like putting that match together from a psychology thing again. Like, is that like an extra layer of like we really got to think about this, or is it so much I'm in the character, I know how I can work this?
I was comfortable with all those kind of matches. It's trying to get who you're working with to buy into it. And if that person buys into, say if it's a casket match, if they are openly terrified, which a lot of people are, of caskets and anything revolving around death, if they sell it, it's going to be easy. But if they don't put it over, like if they just walk by and look, there's a casket, you have to. It depended on who the opponent was. They have to be worried about their imminent demise that could happen, and if they sell it like that, it's pretty easy. But a lot of times, a lot of people they didn't want to look weak, or they didn't want to sell, or they didn't want to sell an inanimate object.
Right.
Like, no, it's gonna make this a lot easier. The more terrified you are of this, Yoko was awesome with it. Yoko was terrified. Kamala was terrified of the caskets, and it made it easy because those are huge men, and to see them finally
selling it,
it's their kryptonite.
It's a real feeling too.
It is a real feeling.
Yeah.
And people, there's a lot of people that have experiences that like they don't want any part of it, and then it hits home. And when they see somebody else, it's like, yeah, that's what you get for messing with him. He's gonna put your ass in that box. You ain't getting out. So it was fun to have all those different kind of matches, and then play with the emotions of the audience with them.
Yeah, because you didn't like doing any of those.
Nah, you know what? I hated those kind of matches. But I do remember the one time I had to work with Taker, and I had the voodoo, Mama Shango working with me to come up with the potion and the spell.
It's like a little bag of dirt.
Yeah, and I remember we was out and what's crazy about WWE, man, they go all the way out. They don't mess around when it's time to do a shoot.
Yeah,
and I don't know, 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night, we're outside with burying Taker alive, supposedly, and the hand come up out of the dirt. And it was like late and that was cold. And I was like, man, what the what's going on here,
I've been on some shoots, like in the early days. In the early, like the one that really stands out is when I built Kamala's coffin. We did weeks of vignettes of me. Yeah, it was free. All those are done in winter in Connecticut.
Oh,
when I lost the casket match to Yokozuna, when all the guys came down, and I fought everybody in the ring. I think it was at a Rumble, maybe. I don't remember where it was at, but anyway, I ended up fighting all these guys. They dropped me. They put me in the casket. And then that's where my spirit ascends out of the casket and out of the building.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the next day, we're in a cemetery. We're shooting the vignettes for the return, and there's flesh freezing winds, and I'm in my wrestling gear. Right, there was no other gear than wrestling gear back then, and there was no budget for a trailer or anything. I remember sitting in Bruce Pritchard's car,
heat on
between takes, trying to warm up because I got nylon wrestling thing and I'm freezing to death. And they're like, all right, you ready? Okay, you're going to walk from the back and there's 2 feet of snow on the ground, and I'm having to walk, through the snow, and it's just like. And it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning when you wrap. Yeah. And it's like, and then somebody has this, okay, your flight's at 7. like, it's out of Newark, and I'm in Connecticut. I was like, oh my gosh. But
oh man, I swear,
it's come a long way, but there are the resources have always really been put in vignettes. And again, there's a lot of times where I wished. I've had matches where I wish they could just play the vignettes and not have to go out and have the match because it wasn't going to live up to
those
expectations.
vignettes, man, was great. But like I said, being out there and doing those shoots, man, sometimes it could be brutal. A lot of times I had Stephanie I was working with. You know, Stephanie she was brutal, man. She would make you do it 10, 15 times, make you do it over
we
and
butted
over.
heads quite a bit.
Oh, my God. I'm like, what's wrong with you? One of those type of deals. Why are we charging us?
It's her last name.
But I remember working with you in that match. And we're going to be wrapping up here pretty soon. I remember working with you in that match. And the one thing that I swear, man, and you made me do it. No, I'm serious. But it was something that I used to watch. You know, you do it with guys, and I just go, God, man, I never want to do that. I that's not going to work with me. And it's when you put me in the tombstone, and then right back, and then boom, we come back
do
up
the reversal.
and did the reversal. Oh man, I remember trying to pick your big ass up, and I was straight, and I was like, God, please don't let me mess this up. You know, like, oh yeah. Now, once I got there, I was happy, but I swear I used every ounce.
I'm trying to make him look like a superstar, right? And he don't want a part of it.
I swear to God, I got it, but I swear that was the one moment I thought the fans was going to be going, "You messed it up." You know, I swear, man. But no, what a time, man.
I have messed that up. Well, yeah, but that worked that night.
It worked.
Right?
It worked. Yeah, but I swear I had to pull every ounce of me. You know, I ripped something. You know, trying to pull it.
Trust me, but this is going to be great.